Welcome to the Complete Story Series, where we take trade paperbacks and single issues and we break them down into digestible bites for you to understand. Then we read it dramatically back to you. All alterations to the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by the respected companies. We've done it, guys. We've entered the Spiderverse event. But if you're going to understand all of the players that are involved in this massive multiverse event that is the Spiderverse event, you need to understand where they're all coming from. Now, this particular story was a 5-page story that acted as a backup in an issue of Spider-Man Team Up. And it's about one key character, one that used to have a 100-issue run, and one that's now been regulated to an alternate universe. Spider-Girl, aka Mayday Parker. Now, as with Spider-Man Noir, her story is picking up where her story actually left off at issue 100. Mayday Parker is the daughter of Peter and Mary Jane Parker, and as she grew older, she discovered that she had the same spider powers as her father. Peter himself had a final fight with the Green Goblin and he lost his leg in that final fight, but he killed the Green Goblin and then he quit his superhero career, allowing Mayday to take over as Spider-Girl. Basically, this is an alternate universe where Peter Parker and Mary Jane stayed married and they had a child, and this is what would have happened. Now, I would love to go over more of the history of Mayday Parker, but this isn't the time or the place for that. Mayday Parker has currently got a boot to her throat as one of the inheritors is trying to tenderize his meat. So for those of you who are just joining us, at this point the Spiderverse is already in full swing. This race of villains known as the Inheritors is traveling between all of the universes in the multiverse and killing off the Spider-Men of the multiverse so they can absorb their spider souls. But back with Mayday Parker, she's confused as to what's even going on. She was just at her house with her boyfriend when out of the blue a portal opened up and outstepped this monster of a character. Her whole house is burning down, and it looks like the Inheritor is going to win, but Wes, her boyfriend, quickly jumps on the Inheritor, only to be thrown into the wall and quickly disposed of. What's Mayday going to do? The Inheritor is just too strong, but the original Spider-Man isn't nearly as helpless as the Inheritor initially thought. Peter Parker looks at his wife, Mary Jane, and he tells her that he has to save his daughter, and he runs full force into the Inheritor to knock him off of Mayday. The Inheritor then grabs Peter by the throat as Mary Jane holds baby Benji, and Peter Parker looks at Mary Jane and he says, "I've always loved you, and I always will. Now save the children." But Mary Jane isn't going to leave Peter to die here alone after all they've been through. She yells for Mayday to get up. "Get on your feet, Mayday!" And she hands baby Benji to Mayday and tells her to get out of the house right now. Save your brother. Mayday walks out of the burning building holding her brother as she listens to the screams of Peter and Mary Jane Parker dying in the house behind her. With tears in her eyes, she starts trying to think of what she should do next, but just then, another portal opens up and there stands Assassin Spider-Man. He reaches out to Mayday and he tells her to join them now. They can only stop the Inheritor together. But she tells them, "No, we have to go back and save my parents." But he just looks at her and he simply says, "There's only 2 spider beings still here in this world." She realizes that this means that her parents are dead. She goes through the portal to join the rest of the Spider-Verse army. And that's the end. For those of you who don't know what's going on, this is a 100% tie-in to the overall Spider-Verse event that we haven't actually started yet because it's not going to be over until February. So if you want to see the other Spider people in this multiverse event, then go ahead and check out the rest of our Spider-Verse playlist to get more one-off stories and more information on the cast. I do promise that the rest of the stories are more complete and that you don't really just jump in the middle of it like this. The overall Spider-Verse event should end soon, and I can't wait to tell you guys the full story once it finally ends. I'm Benny for Comicstorian. Follow us on Twitter if you want to chat about this video, and I'll see you guys next time.